Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So on my other channel, which is the Diary of a Divorcee, I did a Q&A and I got a question on there that I thought would be really interesting to tackle here on this channel because somebody asked me how I got on my feet financially after my divorce. So I thought I would talk about that here since I do like to talk about money and finance and budgeting and being frugal and all of that good stuff. So if you guys have not subscribed to that channel over there, I'm tackling a lot of very personal topics, and so if you guys want to know more about like my personal life, you can check it out over there. It's kind of like I said, the Diary of a Divorcee. So I even talk about topics that have just come to mind or the way I'm feeling. I might even start doing some weekly vlogs on there as well, take you guys along on my journey as a mom, going to school and working and all of that good stuff. So yeah, let me jump right into this topic and tell you guys some things that helped me. Okay, so you didn't know and you haven't seen my divorce story video. I had basically been left with $0 and I started from scratch. So I was left in my home, and my home, I will be very candid, is it's a pretty large duplex, and the rent here is $1,300 a month, which is pricey for where we live. At the time, it was very easy to pay the rent when I was married because I was doing well. I am self-employed and I had a ton of gigs, and my ex-husband at the time was doing very well in his business, and he was doing other things on the side. So everything was going really great. And then obviously when we divorced, I was left with nothing because I was a stay-at-home mother and I didn't really have any source of income other than my Scentsy business. So I had to get, government assistance. I had to really claw myself out of a deep and dark hole and remain positive about it. So if there's any tip that I can give you, if you are struggling after divorce, it's to remain positive. The more that you think negatively about money, the less you are going to have, and the more you are going to feel overwhelmed, if that makes any sense at all. I know it is so difficult, especially when you are just clawing to get every last penny that you have to pay a bill or to pay your rent or to get food on the table. But I promise you that it gets better. It may seem extremely tough at the beginning, but if you have that positive mindset that I can do this, I can get out of this, I'm going to take care of myself, or I'm going to take care of my child. If you have kids, you're definitely going to get out of it very quickly. So I went from $0 to paying my rent, my lights, and everything else on my own in 3 months flat. And that's because I didn't land my first gig for about a month and a half. So I was in deep prayer the first month. And if you believe in God, that's great. If you don't, that's your opinion. But I'm a strong believer in God. And he spoke to me and said that he was not going to give me any gigs for a month. And he said he was going to let me mourn and that it was too soon, because obviously as an entertainer, I have to get that out there. I have to smile. I have to be happy. And I was not happy. I was not feeling it. And I was just like, well, God, how am I going to do this? I have no money. So some way or another, my rent got paid the first month. And that was actually paid for by my ex-mother-in-law. And my ex-father-in-law ended up paying the lights. And I just got so much help from family and friends to where that first month was just covered. And I know that my ex's family kind of pulled together to help me because of what had happened and the fact that I was with their grandson here in this home. So, I did appreciate all of that help, but after that I was pretty much just stranded and left alone, aside from my mother, who was able to help me here and there with some groceries or grocery money, until I got government assistance. And so for that first month, I did not really eat. I lost 20 pounds because any sort of money that I made sure that my son had his formula, that he had food, that he had whatever he needed. And luckily I had coupon diapers and I didn't have to buy diapers until he was a month and a half, or a year and a half old, a year and a half old. So my separation happened when he was around 11 months. So that really carried me through. Also, I just hustle, you guys. I find any opportunity to make money that I can, and I can talk about that in a separate video, all my side hustles, my different streams of income. And I find things that I love to do, or I find things that can be really flexible, and I've designed a lifestyle where I can stay home with my son during the day as a stay-at-home mom and work nights and work times when he's with his father. So I will be starting school, so he will be in a school as well, but I'm happy that he's almost going to be 3 and he's been able to be home with me. But obviously all good things must come to an end, and he has to go back to school. So if I want to get my financial, I guess, status to be a little more solid, I want to go to school for my degree so I can continue to be self-employed in the future, but in just kind of a different aspect. I also made sure to be very, very focused when it came to money. I would pray every time I got money and just thank God. And luckily at my gigs I make tips, so that's like an extra like little income that I make. I went to the library, you guys, and I read as many financial books as I could. I came across Dave Ramsey, and like he became my like money savior. Like, I am following the baby steps right now. I'm currently on baby step number 2, which is the debt snowball, and I'm paying off my debt because I want to be debt free. And I'm 33 years old, and I was feeling very discouraged, thinking like, this is so late in life, and like I should have started a long time ago. What was I thinking? I was making hordes and hordes of money in my younger years, performing and doing local modeling and doing this and doing that, and I was getting paid to go to school because my dad was a veteran, and I just like blew all of this cash when I was younger. And when I was married, like we blew so much cash eating out, and my lifestyle has changed so much now that I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe how like gluttonous we were when it came to like eating out, how much we would order and how much we would spend. Like, I calculated, and the entire marriage that we were together, we could have probably paid a house cash with the money that we spent eating out all of those years. And so I am just kicking myself in the butt now. So if you're somebody younger watching this, I definitely recommend like just start getting on the Dave Ramsey plan, submit to it. Just, it's going to be tough at the beginning. I am like in the toughest step, I feel, right now, and I feel like I need motivation sometimes, but I just remember like the bigger picture at the end of everything is where I want to be retired, and I want to live like a winter Texan. Where we live, we have winter Texans, and they come and they drink well, they eat well, they dance well, they party well, they live well, and they're all retired, and that's all they do 7 days a week when they're here is just eat, party, sleep, drink, have a good time, travel. So yeah, I want to be able to take my son on trips. I want him to be able to have nice things when he's older. I want to be able to fund his college. Like, and I still have that time, even though I'm 33. I mean, think of how many things change like just in 1 year, or like a 5-year span. Like, how has your life changed? The time is going to pass anyways, and you might as well just do something while it's passing. So I would rather say, well, in the 5 years I saved an emergency fund. I now have some college funding set aside for my son. We have a house now and we're paying it off. You know, I would rather be able to say that I'm doing those things rather than just say, man, it's too late in life. I guess I can't do anything about it now, but live paycheck to paycheck. Like, you know, we just have to be smart and get motivated. So I am not fully on my feet. Obviously, after my divorce, I'm still cleaning up my mess because I was in a lot of debt, and a lot of it did accumulate from my divorce. A lot of it is currently from legal fees, from, you know, legal issues that we've had, custody stuff, child support stuff, all of that, and I'm still cleaning all of that up. But if you focus and you get a mentality that you're going to remain positive and you're going to clean up this mess and you're going to come out on top of everything, I promise you that things are going to look up quicker than you think. So when I got divorced, everybody was like, this time next year, you're going to see things are going to be different. And I was like, there's no way that I'm going to feel better a year from now. But a year passed and I feel great, and almost 2 years have passed and I feel happier than I felt in a really long time. Now, I'm not like in a great place, but I feel pretty good. So I know that that's like not the full answer to the question that was asked, but I figured I would just share where I was financially and how I was in a mess and how I'm cleaning it up now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to the Diary of a Divorcee, and give this a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.